How do I use the selection tool to move things in GIMP? Using GIMP the 2nd of June 2011. My previous image editing software of choice was Microsoft Paint, which was very intuitive. Make a rectangle, click plus drag to move the contents of the rectangle around. How do I replicate this functionality in GIMP? I seem to only be able to A. Move the entire layer around, ignoring the selection entirely, or B. Move the selection around, without moving anything that's within the selection, which is what I'm trying to do. I have the feeling that I'm missing something extremely basic.
Once you selected whatever part of the picture you want to move, press Ctrl X and then Ctrl V. This will cut and paste the selection to a new layer. Now you can use the Move tool to move the new layer around. Note, the Move tool can move layers, selections, and paths. Make sure the layer option in the Move tool is selected, in the toolbox. Edit. You can also select an area, then hold down Ctrl Alt and drag the selected area as described here. Once you start dragging, you can release the Control key to stop constraining the move to cardinal directions. After dropping the selection, you can still move it with the arrow keys. Rotating and scaling selections seem to behave as expected, automatically creating a new layer. I'm not sure why they didn't make the Move tool behave like that too.
The right way to do this is to use a floating selection. The currently accepted answer of doing a copy/paste creates a new layer which is undesirable in most cases. How to make a floating selection? Make your selection. For example, press R and draw a box. Select, float, Shift plus Control plus L. Move your selection, press V and then click and drag. Anchor layer, Control plus H.
The following is an updated and simplified answer to this older issue. There are two tools being discussed, the Selection tool and the Move tool. One might intuitively think you use the Selection tool to select, and then hop over to the Move tool to move. That is not the case. All the work is performed with the Selection tool. Don't use the Move tool. Choosing the Rectangle Selection tool, for example, one selects an area. While remaining on the Selection tool, one uses Ctrl plus Alt to drag the selected image to a different location. Once having done so, it seems that Ctrl plus Alt is no longer needed for further selection movement, as of at least 10/2014, GIMP the 2nd of August 2020. There are also hints provided in the status bar to try combinations of Shift, Ctrl, and Alt, and indicates what will occur as you press them. More info here, this URL.
Note, do not select a Move tool after making the selection. Instead, just press and hold Alt plus Control and start dragging the selection. On Windows computers, after making a rectangular or oval selection, hold Alt plus Control to move the contents of the selection. If you want to duplicate the contents of the selection, hold Alt plus Shift instead. On Mac computers, hold down Option and Command and then drag the selection. Similarly, if you want to duplicate the contents of the selection, hold Option plus Shift instead.
If you want a support tutorial, please consider subscribing.